But before we get started, here's a little joke for you. When do you start on red and stop on green? When you're eating a watermelon. Do you dread teaching vocabulary? Do you find it tedious, boring, and disengaging? Well, you're not alone. I used to feel exactly the same way, until I started to use this idea. Word associations and word association games turn teaching vocabulary from one of my most dreaded classroom tasks to one of my most fun, exciting, and interesting. Fundamentally, here's how it works. You give students a topic word and ask each student to come up with a related word. For example, if you say classroom, one student might say pencil, and the next says desks, and so on. Here's an example of what one round of a whole class word association activity looks like. These students are in the 5th grade in a public elementary school in South Korea. Korea and? C. Same. Oh. Are you a team?
No.
Same word though. Korea and?
Kimchi.
Kimchi. Oh, wow, that's a good one. Korea and? Vegetable. Oh, Korean vegetable. Sure, that could work. Bibimbap. Sure. Korea and? English. The whole class word association is just one way you can use this activity. Another one of my favorites is a relay race. In this activity, I give students a worksheet with blanked out arrows, which represent a track for them to follow. Then, I reveal the starting word and have them write it in the first box. Have them write words that have some association or some connection to each other. They could be similar words or opposite words, descriptive words, phrasal verbs, words that go in their mind. Say Korea, what do you think?
English.
Kimchi, okay, kimchi. When I say kimchi,
Spicy.
spicy, you think spicy, okay, spicy, good.
Tteokbokki.
When I say spicy, what do you think? Spicy
Pepper.
burrito. Pepper, oh, pepper, good, pepper.
Pickle.
When I say pepper,
Pepper.
what color do you think?
Red.
Red, okay, red.
Blue.
When I say red, do you think?
Blue.
Blue.
Sky.
Blue could be sky blue. Sky, do you think up or down?
Up.
Up, okay.
Down.
Up and down. Oh, but down, what do we think of down?
Ground.
Ground, the floor. Ground.
Playground.
Oh, nice, very good. Playground. Ground and play. Play with whom?
Friends.
Friends. Friends. Perfect. Friend and what do we think? Friend and game. Nice. Always game.
Fun.
Game and fun.
Korean fun.
Okay, so what's our finishing word?
Fun.
And our starting word?
Korean.
Korea and fun. Is it a good match?
No.
Yeah, that's such a good match. This is what a typical word association relay paper looks like. As you can see, students start at the top and finish at the bottom, snaking their way around the course. And as with any race, there are a number of rules that you can put in place to keep the runners on track. For example, you could have a simple speed race to see who finishes first. You could check the words for spelling. You could pair or partner students into teams of 2, 3, or 4 and have the students alternate who writes the words. Or you could even set a timer and see who can write the most words in a minute. You could also do away with the paper and use it as a whole class or group speaking activity. Another fun limitation to put in is to limit the associations. You could limit them to parts of speech, words that start with the same letter, words that link with the last letter starting the next word.
At the end of each relay, I really like to compare the final words between groups and see who has the best or funniest or weirdest answer. This usually works out best after the first game. Another really great word association relay is to use this activity as an exit ticket. Have students line up at the back of the classroom and give the first student in line a word to start with. That student makes an association, and then they can leave. The next student uses the previous student's word and makes their own association, and so on and so on. Here's an example of how it looks in my classroom. Edit. Picture. Draw. One more time. Painting. Brush. Nice. Brush. Teeth. Clean. Cleaner. Those are a few of my favorite ways to use word association activities in the classroom. Here are a few more. You might want to have a simple template that has one vocabulary word or phrase and one blank directly below it. If you enjoy graphic design or just want your paper to pop a little bit more, you could add color and put the words into columns and rows and have students write 1, 2, or 3 words that they associate with the word in the box. Another cool way to use word associations is to show students a picture and have them write a word that they associate with the picture in the box below. You could also combine the two. You could give students a word association worksheet and match it up with a picture. If you look at number 6, it says, "What is the first word you think of when I say dad?" On the TV in your classroom, you could put a slide up with a picture of a dad. This will help students generate new words and come up with interesting and creative ideas. For example, if I show this picture, my students might think cute, puppy, furry, friendly. But if I show a picture of a mean, growling, foaming at the mouth guard dog, my students might use different vocabulary. So you can selectively choose your pictures to reinforce the vocabulary you're interested in teaching. In conclusion, word association activities are a great way to help students build their vocabulary through fun, exciting, and sticky language learning.